How's everybody doing this fine day? We are, let's see, it's Sunday, 10:30 in the morning. I am sitting out here in Florida. For those of you that got serious snow and stuff like that this week, it's gorgeous here. Absolutely out and out, flat out, most amazing place in the world. For those of you that don't know, we had a hurricane not too long ago. Absolutely worth it. For those of you that didn't fare well during the hurricane, that are going to get massively upset by me saying that I thought it was worth it, fucking grow up. Like, we're at this weird stage in society where people are just like they're wanting to be like offended at every possible word that anybody says about a topic. So just stop worrying if you're going to offend people and be people. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give the whole world right now is we should stop worrying about offending people and just be people. If what you have to say is offensive to somebody else, maybe it's a good thing that we talk about it instead of us just not talking about it. Like, offensiveness should not be criminal. Like, being offended shows like issues in either the person that's offended's mind frame or the person that's doing the offending, their mind frame, that we could then work through. But anyway, I already got off tangent. I did want to point out that right up here, we have the Tiger Fitness sale that's going on right now. It's 15% off all top brands. $75 more spent gets you a free t-shirt that's right on the little app thing right there, like right on the little icon thing right there. I have one of them. They're amazingly good t-shirts. Mark and his business partner are printing these shirts at Tiger Fitness now. They have a full setup. Like, they are printing out thousands and thousands of shirts for like their companies and other companies, and they've created their whole own business. They're creating thousands and thousands of shirts on a daily basis. It's impressive. Like, I don't know how many businesses the man can run. But you, for $75 or more, you get a free t-shirt. $99 or more, you get free shipping. $175 or more, you get all the above, a free t-shirt, free shipping, and you get one of these things for free. You get to denote which one you want for free. It's an incredible deal. And I like to point out all the sales for Tiger Fitness, Ambrosia, and Vitamin Shop and stuff like that, because while I don't use the performance supplements so much, just as a thing, although we might be doing a little series where I use all performance supplements for a fucking month or something like that. I don't know, like the things I'll do to fucking try to like test shit out for you guys, fucking crazy. But you can get anything. You can get Ember, Mental Jewels. I believe No Morbidity is going to be for sale for there tomorrow, so it's going to miss the Arnold sale. But this is for the Arnold Classic, and even though it's for a bodybuilding show and stuff like that, those of us that aren't really interested in bodybuilding, can take advantage of these sales and get things like Nutrient Driver from MTS Nutrition. Nutrient Driver is an amazing, amazing blood sugar regulation supplement. I know that it was originally started for to drive nutrients into the cells to make sure your training was more effective and all like that. But there's two ingredients in it, berberine and banaba, that both have very, very good blood sugar regulation, glycemic effects. And we're actually using these two and several other ingredients in product 2. The ingredient that's not in Nutrient Driver that's in product 2 is a patented ingredient that's absolutely amazing, that makes both berberine and banaba seem like very much the supporting cast. And berberine has been shown in clinical studies to be better for blood sugar regulation than even metformin, and even way better for women with PCOS than metformin. So we have that rolling out here probably within the next month or two. We ought to be talking about the name of it and everything like that. Mark and I are also working on a heart health supplement straight through MTS Nutrition. So for those of you that think that I am like, I think it's like we should have like Mark on sometime this week to discuss like where we're at with it, because I am not actually, like, people keep coming to me with stuff about Ambrosia, like, hey, can you check on when they're going to be in stock with this and that? Like, I deal with Ambrosia for multiple different products and stuff like that, and I love almost the entirety of all their products, but I'm not in their business like that. I'm kind of work with Mark and all of the brands to develop things. So let me know. Heather McQuaid says she loves her berberine. I have my Nutrient Driver right here. Boom. I'm about to take my first morning this morning. I haven't yet. As a matter of fact, it's a brand new bottle. I got to open it. And I've already taken my ingredients for product 2, so that's good. And I'm going to take 2 of these right now. And this will keep my blood sugar kind of stable and level, and it helps me avoid sugar cravings. And that's the beautiful part about product 2. Not only do I think it's going to be an amazing tool for people to help. Amazing tool for people to help with blood sugar regulation, everything like that, inflammation. But for people that have problems with sugar cravings, it really crushes. Like the product just absolutely crushes sugar cravings. And the one product we have, like, has been shown to the one item, the ingredient that we have in product 2. My neighbor's going to start fucking doing work. What the fuck? But it helps with glycemic control too. So if you eat something, it's not necessarily going to spike it. Let's see. I use Nomo and Ember. Will product 2 supplement or replace those? They will supplement them. Like, you know, No Morbidity works on the mechanism of actual stomach hunger, and it helps with inflammation and visceral fat and stuff like that. But it doesn't stop sugar cravings, and it doesn't stop necessarily blood sugar regulation. Like, if you eat something on No Morbidity that's going to spike your insulin response and stuff like that, you still may feel hungry even though your stomach's full. Like, it's like that cravey feeling. It helps with that a lot. Berberine works wonders for my bloating. It's a very good anti-inflammatory, and we look forward to it. I just tried Nomo, and wow, that stuff works. Holy smokes! Glad you're liking it, Dita. It's normally even better effective after you've had it for like a couple of days, 3 days to a week. A lot of people notice the effects of minimize hunger right off the bat, and a lot of people notice the increased stress relief because of the Slimaluna and the ashwagandha, the KSM-66, which is the patented version of it. But after a couple of days, the wow, I'm just not hungry kind of settles in. So get this, I felt the same way as my coworker last week. I have felt better since yesterday. So basically, a 2-day flu type thing that's still sick as fuck. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. So excited. Thank you. You're a life changer. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, berberine in, or nutrient driver in. And then we're going to go train today. Actually go to a gym and train, which I don't actually do that often anymore. And no, I'm not telling people what gym I go to. So crazy. Anyway, today, somebody that I do consider a peer of mine, because I consider far less people that sit in front of a camera and talk about fitness to be peers of mine anymore. They're just people that fucking yap. Very few. Very few of them are actual peers. Very few. And high intensity health, I would absolutely consider not only a peer, but somebody that I really admire and I look up to their work and everything like that. He's an extremely polite man, so we're probably going to basically do like kind of an anger translation for this video that he put out. But also, I wanted to answer some questions he seems to have that he asks at the end, kind of, sort of, and he's about to talk about things that I've been talking about for about 3 years, and he's been talking about the same things. He was never on the stupidity train for all this shit. So we are going to go to him right now. Give me a second. I gotta pull up. It is. And okay, and this is going to be pretty interesting. So I do need to put my headset in now that I'm thinking about it. So give me 1 second here, guys. Okay, that's good. Give me 1 second. All right. So I believe this is good now. No, it's not yet. Huh. Let me. There we are. Good. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're about to talk about this. Let's see any questions I missed. Can you take it in the morning? No morbidity? Yes. Anything? Yes. The nutrient driver you take 3 times a day. Nutrient driver product 2 and nutrient driver you'll take 3 times a day. Like morning, midday, and evening, normally with dinner. No morbidity. I do suggest taking it a couple hours before dinner or at dinner. It seems to work best for stress relief and stuff like that for the evening. Ember, I take a half tablet in the morning and a half tablet. In fact, I need to take my Ember too. Now think about it. I'm taking a half of a tablet of Ember. Then I'll take another half tablet when I'm done with you guys and get ready to go to the gym for leg day, because I am doing legs today. By the way, the Supreme Court decided yesterday women no longer exist. Is this the... And trans women can't be discrimination. What? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying Mental Jewels for the first time today too. I see how it does for my ADHD. I have high hopes for it. I normally take two at a time just to see. So let me know how it feels to you now. But here we go. Great time. Here we are. So this is high intensity health. Sorry, just so you know, sorry, dude, for pulling in the fucking the pause screenshot of you of your face like that. This is not on purpose. Using Nomo, I dropped from a consistent 200 pounds down to 193. Started my third bottle of Nomo. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. They can outpower without discrimination. I think I'm. By the way, Mark and I might join. I might win regionals for Masters 2 women this coming spring. I'm gonna identify as a woman and I'm gonna set national records because I'm over 50 and I'm gonna weigh about 175 fucking pounds, 180 pounds, and I'm gonna fucking, if I weigh 178, I believe is the cutoff limit. I think I could set every fucking national record there is for my fucking age bracket for women. Alan puts on. I'm not wearing a red wig. I'm not wearing shit. I'm gonna dress exactly how I fucking dress. What? A woman can't dress the way I dress? A woman can't have a bald head? A woman can't have tribal tattoos? That sounds awfully fucking transphobic, motherfucker. For real. I don't need a wig. Well, why would I wear a wig? Define a woman. I'm clicking fucking woman on my thing and I'm walking up and I'm fucking setting records. I'm not changing shit. I'm not changing my name. I was going to call myself Alana, but I'm not even changing my name. Dylan McIlvey says that he's a woman. I'm not changing my fucking name. I'm not changing my name. I'm not changing my appearance. I'm not doing it. If we're going to allow hormone therapy, maybe I'll fucking go on TRT to fucking really fucking kick it out. Like, what the fuck? I'm not changing shit. I'm going to walk up, dressed like this, probably adjusted my nutsack, and fucking sign the fucking waiver, and fucking go set records. Why the fuck would I? I mean, like, real quick. There's a very strong chance that there's a very, very, very strong chance that coming this fall, me, Mark, our crew, we're all going to enter powerlifting competitions as women. I'm going to identify as a woman that day. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I can't be. I'm not going to change anything either. I'm not going to change my name. I'm not going to change my appearance at all. I'm not going to do that at all. I might even not wear a jock strap to let my dick hang down on the side of my fucking leg. I don't care. I mean, what the fuck? I'm just going to go smash Masters women's records at 178 pounds and fucking be a national champion. Fuck these women, right? Fuck these women that have worked hard. Grow a beard. I'll let the fucking I'll keep the 5 o'clock fucking shadow. And I'm just going to go win. I'm going to smash all the fucking records at 178 pounds for 52 years old. I'll fucking destroy it. You know? The fuck? And if anybody says anything to me, you're a fucking bigot. You fucking bigots. Fucking saying that I can't be bald and fucking tattoos and fucking wear a shirt that says I'm a guy and still not identify as a woman. Like I'm gonna wear a shirt that says I am actually a guy and fucking deadlift. Like what? If you like, it's what is amazing to me, and this is what is amazing. For 3 years now, we've made it almost illegal to be a guy like me. Like I am like, if you would meet me in person, I'm like the epitome of what toxic masculinity is. I believe in America. I believe in fucking freedom above anything else. Freedom over safety 100% of the time. My personal freedom is worth fucking everybody's life as far as I'm concerned, except for my wife and son. Everybody. Like to be free, everybody else can go as far as I'm concerned. That's the type of absolutist I am, right? Fuck your safety, fuck your fears, fuck this, fuck that. I'm going to be free. If my freedom affects you in some way, that's fucking you problem, right? Gun shooting, redneck, fucking you'll eat 1.5 pounds of fucking red meat a day, damn near goddamn raw, fucking, lift weights, swear a lot, fucking scarred up face from getting in all sorts of fights when I was fucking younger and shit like that. Like, all my fucking fingers been broken from martial arts and shit like that. Fucking bar brawls, fucking mag lights across the head, fucking beer bottles, fucking baseball bat, fucking broken nose multiple fucking times. My teeth, people wonder why my tooth is fucked up. This tooth is half false. I just have to have it redone, and I'm not going to pay the fucking $5,000 to have it fucking redone. Just yet. I will have it done soon. So if you're wondering about that, I got smacked with a baseball bat in the fucking face, and this tooth is half fucking false. There's a pin in it. Fucking the rest of it's bonding. So what the fuck? Like, I'm like the epitome of toxic masculinity, apparently. And for fucking 3 years, we made it seem like it's almost damn near fucking illegal for a man to want to fucking be a man. Like, people are like, I had somebody ask me, like, how could your wife be married to such a fucking toxically masculine, fucking asshole like you, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what, motherfucker, we're pretty fucking happy. I'm going to fucking try to get some table dances tonight for my wife. Like, I'm literally going to fucking try to give her something. Like, I'll fucking rather, like, we're less worried about fucking people worried that I'm a toxically masculine asshole and way more concerned about the fucking rest of society. But for fucking years, we're telling everybody that men are so fucking horrible, that men that lift are so toxically masculine that we should fucking just make it fucking illegal. We should make it illegal to be as toxically masculine as I am. But if I decide I'm going to be a woman and fucking powerlift, you have to believe every word I say. And if you don't, you're some sort of bigot. Like, so the same people that are saying that men are complete assholes will believe somebody like this fucking swimmer guy that, just declares he's a woman, but he's still attracted to women and only dates women and sleeps with women, but he's going to break all the women's records. He's a woman that only dates women and like still has all of his junk and shit like that. Like, it's clown world. So that's what we might do. So me and the rest of the Tiger Fitness crew, Ambrosia crew, and everything like that, we all might enter powerlifting competitions as women this fall and set all the fucking records. Fucking crazy. Anyway, this is High Intensity Health. We are going to talk about him. He's a fucking genius as far as I'm concerned. So let's go to it.
Finally acknowledging the elephant in the room, and that is that we have an obesity and cardiometabolic disease crisis. I never thought this day would come. The federal government is fine.
Can you all hear him well and everything like that? We are going to play him at 1.5 speed, though. And here we are.
And acknowledging the elephant in the room.
And you know what? I do just so you know, we do have the banner there. I'm going to pull the banner down off because it does look like he is talking about no morbidity there, and I don't want to put that on him, because it's not his product, and I don't want to say he's fucking for the product. I don't want to make it appear like he is.
And that is that we have an obesity and cardiometabolic disease.
I used that thumbnail in 2021.
disease crisis here in America. Lest I remind you, over the past several years, I talked about the importance of losing weight, improving your blood sugar control, exercise, getting vitamin D, and spending time in nature, while the federal government effectuated policies that discouraged exercise, that encouraged people to consume hyperpalatable, ultra-processed foods by ordering Uber Eats and takeout from their cell phones while they stay inside isolated. Both federal and local governments closed gyms, closed schools, closed parks, playgrounds, and were issuing citations for people leaving their homes. What did that do? We've talked about this. That worsened obesity, that worsened blood sugar control, that caused people to exercise less. And guess what that did? That worsened the cardiometabolic disease crisis, which allegedly the federal government is actually quite concerned about now.
So just as a little anger translation, we fucking told you so. For 3 fucking years, we've told you that getting the country fatter was going to be way more dangerous than any fucking COVID virus. I mean, you can look at the very beginning, and we're almost 3 years on this. I put something on my Twitter, by the way, which you can follow me at the MFNCOO on Twitter. It is my statement from 3 years ago on March 15th. And I will be, of course, on the 15th, having an entire live video of every fucking blow-by-blow moment of me telling you so. 3 years ago, I started talking about politics and public health and stuff like that really for the first time. I avoided it the entire channel up until then because try to help everybody as you can. But when it became very evident that the people in charge, no matter who elected them, no matter what party they sit for, all were very focused on making us less healthy and controlling our lives, I decided to fucking speak up. And I was right, period. You can call me whatever you want. You can say I'm an anti this. You can say I'm an anti that. Everything I've said in the last 3 years has been supported not only by data, but by the data that they have presented and told you to be terrified of. The data even that they told you to be terrified of literally openly shows people who aren't stupid or aren't in a state of utter and sheer panic that COVID was a cold. Not even a very scary one. The biggest reason why I didn't believe, although now it's confirmed that it was a lab leak, pretty much, and people were getting deleted for even suggesting that before, and now it's confirmed. It seems to be the pattern that we were getting deleted and we were getting suppressed and all sorts of things for lots, including this guy. But for lots and lots of things that have turned out to be fucking absolutely true. But the biggest reason why I didn't think it was made in a lab is because it's fucking weak. I mean, you would have thought that something made in a lab would have been fucking way more fucking problematic. But the biggest thing that people need to realize is this virus was likely circulating in America in summer, if not early fall of 2019. Most people had already gotten it by the time we even fucking started paying attention to it. The actual excess deaths in 2020, we didn't have excess deaths in 2020. The all-cause mortality death rate stayed the fucking same. We didn't get a spike in that until we introduced an experimental gene therapy that I also warned all of you against. So you can all hate me. If you still don't like how I talked like my COVID stuff, if you don't like that, fuck off. I was right. You were wrong. Get the fuck out of here. All right. You look stupid as fuck. I look smart as fuck. You just don't want to admit it. Like, it was common sense, and it was me applying my actual professional fucking experience of being a healthcare executive, of me actually like literally helping write disaster plans. And are you serious? I hope that's okay. But it was like me literally applying everything I fucking normally do for the last fucking decade and a half before that to the fucking data that they showed us. But anyway.
I'm going to play with you a clip from the Secretary of Health, Dr. Rachel Levine. Of course, her pronouns are she, her, as you can see from her Twitter profile. But let's hear what the Secretary of Health is talking about with regards to obesity and cardiometabolic disease and why we should all care and why we should do our part. And let me just pause here. I think it's quite interesting, the timing of this video, because when we had the attention of the entire world, we missed the critical opportunity. That's why I care so much about this, if you can't tell from my passion over the course of the last 3 years. We missed a critical window of opportunity to actually provide tangible ways for people to prevent the underlying risk factors for all sorts of diseases, especially for preventing severe COVID-19. We know.
Yes, we did. I can honestly say that if people would have listened to us, people like him, myself, Mark Lobliner, not only would the vid been dealt with in like a month and a half, because we would have had very high risk people isolate if they chose to. If you chose to. First of all, most of the elderly people that were at high risk of this were already pretty isolated. We just killed them. Like, we openly, like, what people need to understand, a good 100,000, 200,000 of the deaths from elderly people were because they were murdered. Like Andrew Cuomo, Rachel Levine, that dude, Rachel Levine. When she, and I will call her she, when she was the health the in charge of health for PA, killed people. She should be invested. She should be in jail right now. Just to give everybody a brief understanding about that, in healthcare up until 2020, a healthcare administrator could have gone to jail for what became policy in 2020. To admit a resident to your facility, to a skilled nursing facility that indeed is contagious with a virus that is problematic for the people in your care, admitting them, if somebody dies, you go to jail. Before 2020, of course. 2020, it became policy that no matter if they're contagious or not, put them back in there so we can kill the population off. So she's a murderer. I'll say it. You know, he's too polite. This is kind of like an anger translation for him. She's a murderer. So is Andrew Cuomo. So is Whitmer. So is any governor that ordered that COVID positive patients be put back into skilled nursings. So many things get said in the last 3 years, and we just keep going past it because the next crazy thing happens. Oh, look, a balloon. Like that stuff. I'm the one with ADHD, but yet they treat all of society as if you guys have no attention and can't pay attention at all. Like they just keep throwing stuff on top of you. But we should go back because anybody that ordered COVID positive patients be put back into skilled nursing should go to jail for negligent homicide, probably for the rest of their life, because how many people died. I said this at the very beginning. I'll say it again. One of the things I said that turned out to be absolutely true. As a former healthcare executive who helped write policy based around this stuff, putting COVID positive patients back into nursing homes while they are still contagious is in fact one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard, or a plot to murder tens of thousands of elderly people. Facts are facts.
From the data, 94.5% of people who got hospitalized had 4 or more underlying health conditions, all of which are preventable, most of which are related to metabolic health. But yet we didn't encourage exercise. We closed the...
We could have literally changed the course of our society. Right now, and we're about to get to a few things here that he doesn't even touch on, but we could have changed the course of this. I have several videos talk about the biggest missed opportunity, and I'll probably repost them and stuff like that. And in high intensity health, if you watch this, I'd love to do a collab because me and you have spoken about these things ad nauseum. I'd like to have you on a panel, me, you, Mark, a few of the doctors, and a few other things like that. But we absolutely, and I do mean absolutely, should understand that like at no point in time were they trying to help us whatsoever. They wanted people to be terrified.
Gyms, we kept the liquor stores and cigarette stores and McDonald's open. Why did we do that, my friends? Because the Secretary of Health is acknowledging that we have a very imminent public health crisis, and that is obesity and cardiometabolic disease. So let's listen.
It is already over the tipping point. I made my live yesterday was because I traveled for a week, a lot. I traveled a lot, way more than I normally do. Man, a lot of you motherfuckers out there fat as fuck. Like you just let it all fucking hang out. A lot of you with your front asses, fucking, you know, in your mom jeans and shit like that. With the fucking, like, it looks like you got an ass on the fucking front of your body, male and female. Fucking grow, like, have some fucking pride in yourselves. What the fuck? Like, a lot of you look like if you fell down, you couldn't get up. That's fucking sad. You're pathetic. Like, fix it. I mean, I'm saying it is pathetic. If you have a hard time, if you struggle because of your eating habits, because of your fatness, if you struggle to get off the ground, that's pathetic. Get there. I feel bad for you, and I'll help you. But I'm not going to lie to you. You've eaten yourself into a very pathetic fucking state. I refuse. I will not lie to you. But you need to fix that shit right goddamn now.
Listen to this clip and talk more about it.
This work is very timely because our country is facing a genuine crisis of diet-related.
I thought the crisis was COVID. Anyway, here we go.
I love how the fat man is about to tell us about how we have a diet-related health crisis. By the way, the head of the CDC, Rachel Walensky, has never has not mentioned obesity but one time in like 3 fucking years. Just so you know.
Jesus. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and hypertension each affect tens of millions of Americans and are associated with increased risk of heart.
I would argue over 50% of Americans. All those things put together, probably 70% of Americans.
Heart attack and stroke, the two leading causes of death in this country.
He's wrong. It's heart attack and cancer, and then stroke, and like type 2 diabetes, heart attack. Type 2 diabetes, by the way, is 90% avoidable by lifestyle mitigation. All cardiovascular disease, 80% avoidable. Cardiovascular disease is 80% avoidable by lifestyle. Like, not the lifestyle that this fat man who's in an Admiral outfit playing cosplay, because we've legitimized cosplay for this person to fucking wear this outfit.
Most people are surprised to learn that cardiovascular disease and cancer, she kind of misspoke there. If we're talking about numbers and enumerating the top leading causes of death, it's heart disease and cancer. Most people don't know that that actually claimed more than twice as many lives all throughout the COVID-19 crisis compared to COVID. Most people think the number one reason why people died prematurely is COVID. That is statistically not true. 1.2 million.
Yeah, it's not even close to true. As a matter of fact, in 2020, obesity killed more people than the vid. 2022, I believe the same thing. Like, if you take the span of how long COVID's been in America, probably 3.5 years at this point, just so everybody understands. Like, it's probably been in America like 3.5 years at this point. Obesity has killed like anywhere from 1.2 million to 1.6 million people, or in the course of that time, or 1.5 million, excuse me. In the same course of time, obesity alone has killed more people than COVID. Yet alone, when you actually look at the COVID numbers that are being talked about, even on the CDC website, only 5% of those people died of it. The rest have died with it. Dying of it, it makes it like, if you just count the died of, like, whereas people died of obesity, like they got so fat their system just shut down. Or cardiovascular disease. They ate like such shit that their fucking arteries clogged and they fucking threw a myocardial infarction and died. Like, if you actually look at people that died of COVID, it's like fucking less than 60,000 people in the course of the last 3.5 fucking years. You guys were all scammed. Anybody that believed in this shit from it all, it's a fucking cold. It's a fucking cold. Less people were hospitalized in 2020 than 2017 and 18 for the 4 months of fucking flu season. 4 months of flu season of the seasonal flu, one entire year. More people were hospitalized for the flu than COVID. It's fucking fact. It's absolutely fucking fact. And that's with them pumping the numbers.
Million people died during the year 2020 and 2021. We don't yet have the data for 2022, compared to just 380,000 people each year during that same time period from COVID. So you have literally 4 times as many deaths from the combination of heart disease and cancer, yet you still had people going to McDonald's, drinking soda, eating sugar and flour, and skipping the gym.
It's because the public health officials don't actually want you healthy. I have, by the way, I have absolutely 100% faith that he knows this. I believe he's just, mine and his styles are very, very different. This is why I thought I'd add the anger translation. I am not actually disagreeing with him. I'm not saying I agree with him, but in my mind, I'm just kind of stating the very fucking clear obvious to the statement.
While they wear the mask and stay inside and watch the news. But anyway, let's go on.
This crisis places a tremendous economic burden on our nation. Estimated healthcare costs associated with excess weight and obesity totaled nearly $173 billion in 2019.
Just to put this out there, I warned you all that now they're going to claim obesity is a public health crisis, and they are going to start injecting you motherfuckers with their new pharmaceuticals. I told you so. I told all of you so. That obesity is the next thing they're going to talk on. It is the actual real pandemic. It is. But the solutions they are offering you are solutions you will need to take for the rest of your life. Once you start taking these meds, you're on them. They are going to be for the rest of your life. And they're very dangerous. So they get to treat the other shit that's going to happen from these medications. You see what's happening here? They're just building up. They keep they keep giving you more and more and more pharma based off of the pharma that they already gave you for the thing that could be cured or at least avoided by you not being a fucking glutton.
These burdens fall especially hard on communities of color.
Oh, and by the way, before they start making everything about race, the 130 some billion dollars directly towards obesity, that number is ridiculous. If you go to the CDC website, we spend 4.1 trillion. This is 2000, I believe 19 or 2020 numbers. We spend 4.1 trillion dollars collectively on healthcare burden in the United States. 90% of that, according to the CDC, is directly related to chronic illness, heart disease, cancer, kidney disease, diabetes, osteoarthritis, stuff like that. And about 80 to 85% of all of that is indeed avoidable, lifestyle driven. So if you look at people that eat too much, drink too much, and smoke too much, which the vast majority of the people that get sick are because they eat too much, we spend close to $3 trillion a year collectively on a shared healthcare burden. So to pretend that lifestyle-driven chronic illness and the failure of our public health officials to not address this isn't a gift to the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry is in fact crazy, because of course this person is going to talk about how we need to give pharma to people. They're not going to talk about lifestyle.
People living in rural areas and U.S. territories, and those living with disabilities, older adults, military families, and veterans. This National Nutrition Month, please learn more about healthy eating and how you can do your part to support healthy people, healthy communities, and a healthy nation for all. Please visit Dietary Guidelines.
Okay, I like the idea of including all sorts of people and encouraging sort of do your part to be healthy. But as you can tell, there is no tangible takeaways from this video. I mean, this is a government-produced video.
Yep.
Where's the encouragement for walking at least 8,000 on a minimum 8,000 steps per day, lifting weights 3 to 5 days per week, eating whole unprocessed foods, not consuming hyperpalatable packaged foods that include industrial seed oils and refined sugar. I mean, these are just basic things that we can all agree upon. You can be vegan, you can be vegetarian.
Hydration. An ounce of fluid per pound of body mass. Not to tack on to you, buddy, but I'm speaking of somebody that deals with obese people on a daily basis that have, like, to a very, very, very large degree, I'm telling you, hydration is the key for most of these folks. Do something that will blunt your appetite, eating away in a pattern. And we talk about it in the Hunger Management Method. We talk about it on our app all the time. Eat in a way that is going to keep you as satiated as possible throughout the course of the day. If you're going to eat anything that's going to spike your glycemic index before you're on product 2, by the way, you should eat that later on the day. The food pyramid itself is a big cause of fat. It is. The food pyramid, the government food guidelines are horrific. That's why people like him, myself, Mark Lobliner, like why we should actually take over public health. If we took over public health, we would save trillions of dollars and millions of lives over the course of the next 5-10 years. Trillions of dollars and millions of lives. And we would be a more secure nation. And we would be a healthier nation. And we would be a people. People like him, myself, Mark Lobliner, I can think of. I bet you I could put together a crew of 10 people, and we could literally split the United States up in the regions, all meeting together like kind of like a health council, and we could help get the country healthy again. Because it's not happening. Like Rachel Levine is not going to be somebody that's going to do anything but offer up a pharmaceutical or surgical intervention. I mean, yes, they talk about healthy eating, but what they're going to talk about is how obesity is a disease and they needs to be treated. They're trying to get it paid. They're trying to get all these obesity drugs paid for. Like, they're going to declare an emergency so all these obesity drugs can get paid for via insurance and via Medicare and Medicaid. This will add $1 trillion a year onto our healthcare expenditure. Another $1 trillion is going to go to these medications. And I know many of you are going to say, well, it might lower the burden of chronic illness and disease. Well, first of all, these drugs take an exorbitantly long time to work. They take, for a person to boastful on Wegovy is after 68 weeks, they lose 15%. And they start to regain and then need to stay on it. And then I think it's Ozempic is after 72 weeks is 20 to 22%, which I've got people pitching 25% weight losses in 6 months on no morbidity, like safely, effectively, no side effects. Like, let's get there. Like, there are healthy, safe alternatives that are, 1/40th of the cost. $39.99 a month or $1,300 a month. You pick one. The $39.99 a month for no morbidity pays for itself. Which, by the way, you can get the no morbidity at this link, and there's you can get a consultation from me. We have some coaching slots available, or you can just join the app. But here we go.
vegetarian, you can be carnivore, you can be low carb, whatever. But let's just focus on the main things. And unfortunately, the government advice doesn't focus in on that. I went to the nutritionfacts.gov or whatever the link is that was included in this video. And it was like a 110-page PDF that included a bunch of jibber jabber, but no specifics on what people should actually be consuming. Yet, if you remember, I know you can remember the COVID pandemic, there was all sorts of specifics. Stay in your house, stay 6 feet away from other people, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, wear gloves, wear 1 mask, no 3 masks, right? There was all these specifics, but why aren't we being specific with people about?
See, I don't even think there were specifics, because while they did tell you to wear a mask, they did not give any guideline instructions on doing that. And any healthcare professional, at least like for me, I used to teach a class to the entirety of my dietary staff, nutrition staff, dietitians, doctors that we employed. Like, I used to teach the OSHA safety thing for putting masks on. Like, there is an actual procedure to make sure that you don't, like, wearing a mask increases your chance of infection. It actually increases your chance of infection because you are touching your face more often. Before 2020, this was all common sense, and this is why we didn't want to go towards masks, because putting a mask on lowers your immune system, causes all sorts of bacterial infections in your lungs, and does, in fact, increase your chance of infection. I said that for 3 years, and people sent me death threats. We are going to go over, by the way, all the comments I got on one of my threads from my initial thing. It's going to be the live. We're going to go to the Every Damn Day Fitness page, and we're going to go down the list of it, and we are going to look at all the people that look so fucking stupid for questioning when I said maybe we should just like be free, because you all look stupid as fuck. Lemming, fucking weak pussy ass motherfuckers, more terrified of a fucking cold than wanting your freedom. You're all pussies. You will all end up enslaved probably at some point in time in your lifetime, or at least your children will, because you're raising a bunch of bitches. So.
Preventing the non-communicable diseases like diabetes, like high blood pressure, like obesity. We need to give specific, tangible aspects.
Although I will argue that obesity is a communicable disease based off of social spread.
And let people customize from there based upon their dietary preference. Focus on protein. Make whole real foods from scratch. Avoid refined sugar. Walk 8,000 steps per day. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. These are simple things that we should be focusing on. And again, I guess I'm a little irritated by this because we missed the window where most people cared. Now people.
Yeah, we missed. It was the biggest missed opportunity in healthcare ever. As a matter of fact, let me go here. Give me 1 second. So let's see. I have one if I was Secretary of State 20 years from now. Let's see here. The greatest missed opportunity for public health ever. The biggest missed opportunity for public health ever. Let's see. This video is from. I don't even remember what it's from. Let's see. This video over here. August 5th of 2021, I started talking about the biggest missed opportunity in public health ever. You know, because and I had already talked about it the year before. It's the biggest missed opportunity in public health ever. And I'll put that video below.
People are like, I've gotten COVID, I survived, I didn't die. So on to the next. They don't really care. They're not thinking about the long-term prevention of diabetes, cancer, heart disease, obesity. It's this instant gratification culture. But again,
and that's what and my thing is, I think and I do think he realizes this. This is the goal of public health. The goal of public health officials is not public health. It's to sell pharma. Get there. Like, they're talking about giving 12-year-olds Wegovy and 13-year-olds weight loss surgery at this point in time. Like, they don't care about your health. They want everybody on pharma. Everybody. They want everybody on pharmaceuticals, bar none, for something. And they want them on there forever, because these drugs that they're going to talk about, this is why the dude in the dress is talking about public health now. I mean, this is why they're talking about obesity now, because they're about to push through all the drugs. It's going to be a complete pharma and healthcare, surgical focus. It's not going to be go work out. They're still going to demonize working out. They're still going to demonize being fit. They're still going to demonize weightlifting. They're still going to demonize all these things that are actually healthy for us. They're going to demonize whole foods and tell you Lucky Charms are better for you than steak and eggs. I mean, this is an actual real fucking thing. You know, like they're going to tell you that processed grains should be eaten from 6 to 11 portions a day, but red meat should be barely ever eaten. They're going to keep telling you very unhealthy things because they, in fact, want you weak, pathetic, sloppy, fucking fat, barely able to fucking move, addicted to their pharma and sugar. They want this. Wake the fuck up, people. I've said this for years, and I've been right every single fucking way of the way. Not one human being can provide me evidence that they're actually trying to get us healthy. Not one, because they are not. Our public health officials have not really talked about health in years, but even before this. We are literally living in a fucking society where the circus clown people, fat people, are viewed as brave. You know? I mean, they're viewed as brave. I saw a thing by Glitter and Laser. She was like, I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone. That's not something to fucking reward. Like, people act like this is a big fucking thing. You want a fucking cookie? You're a 500-pound woman. Your comfort zone consists of getting out of a goddamn chair. I mean, like pushing yourself out of it is moving. You know, I mean, these people are fucking ridiculous. And yet these are the people that are pushed on social media. People like this young man and myself, Mark. I mean, we got shadow banned for our efforts, but yet fat people fucking are now fucking receiving money from the HHS to talk about the jab, like Glitter and Lasers. Ridiculous.
Missed the critical window of opportunity where I think we could have really impacted the prevalence of these conditions by emphasizing the fact and reporting honestly the characteristics of people who are actually dying during the COVID pandemic. And that is people who had blood pressure issues, people who had prediabetes, people who had obesity, people who had low muscle tone and frailty. Those are the reasons. And vitamin D insufficiency, of course, micronutrient insufficiency. Those were the reasons why people were dying.
Indeed.
So why now are we just talking about obesity and metabolic disease when we could have been talking about this and really improve the health and the lifespan?
Why? Is because they're able to monetize it now. They're going to say that obesity is genetic. They're going to say that it is out of your control. They're going to say that they have the cure. They're going to say it is not your fault that you are fat as fuck, even though you know personally deep down that you are a Hoover vacuum when it comes to food. They're going to tell you that everything is fine. You are the best. You are amazing. And they have something for you. They're going to absolve you of any responsibility for you gluttoning yourself to the size of like 3 people. And then they're going to give you a medication that you will need to take forever that has radically high side effects that their pharmaceutical corporate donors control. And they are going to have you on this forever. And they are going to bill you forever. And then they are going to use it as a linchpin and leverage that if you get out of line, they will not give you your pharmaceuticals. And then you will be in big fucking shit. Like, if you are on daily pharmaceuticals to maintain your lifestyle healthily and or stay alive, you are, in fact, a fucking slave. If you are to the point where you are completely pharmaceutically managed to either, if you do not take your pharma, your lifestyle is not like your lifestyle after a couple of days or a week or a month. If you cannot lead a fruitful life without being on pharma and or you will die without your pharma, you are their fucking slave. You are indeed their bitch. This is where they want you. This is where they have us. People pretend like this isn't a national security problem. Forget the fact that we can't even get enough people to be in our military. That's very scary to begin with, right? We can't get enough 17 to 24-year-olds to actually meet quotas because 75 to 80% of them are not physically capable of joining the military right now. Because this generation of 17 to 24-year-olds, for the most part, are a bunch of whiny bitches who are disgustingly fucking out of shape with super low T, super low muscle mass. Most of them look like fucking Homer Simpson. It's disgusting. Like, it's the weakest generation ever. And like, you can fracture their entire personality by calling them the wrong pronoun for the most part. Like, it's disgusting. It's sad, but they want you this way. It is an actual national health, problem. It's a national security problem that we get most of our drugs from other countries, including China. And if they just shut off the faucet to it, 30, 40, 50, up to 150 million people would be in big fucking shit. Especially if they start giving all these people these pharmaceutical weight loss drugs that Coming off of them will be very fucking dangerous. You normally gain back more of the weight fucking lost. A lot of the studies are showing that the person loses a lot of muscle mass with this, because I personally believe it might have something to do with the way the drug works, but it also has to do with the fact that these people eat like fucking shit, and they're just eating less of like shit. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like, they still eat like shit. They eat super low protein. If you are not going to be eating that many calories, you need to make sure you're getting your protein and healthy fats first. You need to actually prioritize the essentials. Carbohydrates are not essential. Proteins and fats are essential. If you're going to eat a radically low nutrition plan, it should look way closer to fucking keto or carnivore. If you are going to be on very minimal calories, get the fucking nutrients that your body needs, the macronutrients that your body needs. Super low calorie should be super low carbohydrate 100% of the time. I'll say this in front of everybody that needs to hear it, because if you are going to be on super low calories, you still need the basic building blocks, and your body does not need that fucking energy. Before your body needs the building blocks of healthy fats for your endocrine system, protein, and the amino acids for the functioning of your body and rebuilding of tissue. This is common sense. Again, him, myself, Mark. If we were like, to anybody that like, I'd like to get a group of us together, and a group and the public health officials, and let's just sit around the room and talk. They'll look stupid. A bunch of fucking gym bros. I'll wear a tank top and let my fucking tattoos fly. You know, I'll embarrass most of the fucking like Rachel Walensky. I'd embarrass her. The fucking dude in the dress we just saw, I'd embarrass him. Fucking Fauci, I'd embarrass them. Embarrass with their own data. Embarrass. Because I would ask them questions that they couldn't possibly answer in a logical fashion, because nothing they've done has been logical. We would destroy them. We, in public open debate, people like this young man, myself, Mark, I can think of probably 10, 15 others. We could all get together, sit down, and destroy them. Like, absolutely out and out destroy them on their public response. We can include a few doctors. We can, whatever. The doctors agree with me. Like, I didn't misread data for 3 fucking years. Crazy fucks.
Of people for forever. I don't know. I guess I get frustrated by this. It seems that it's a little bit too late. I guess late is better than never. But I'm a little disappointed that there's no actionable steps here that people can take. And we can agree to disagree on the minutia and the details, but focusing on protein, avoidance of hyperpower.
So I'm going to say to you that the actionable thing that they're going to come up with, this is them setting the fucking scene, right? That this is a big ass problem. It's a public health emergency. They're starting to do what I said they do. They're going to list off obesity as a public health emergency. I told you so. I mean, like, how many fucking times? But they're going to list off obesity as a public health emergency. I told you so. And then they're going to set up for the pharmaceutical and surgical aspect of it. And I told you so. So to answer your questions, and I think he already knows the answer to this, just to be real. Like, it's not like he's not one of the more intelligent people online. He's probably way smarter than I am. But they want us sick. They want us on pharma. And they have found a way to tell people that one of the biggest things that upsets them is that they've gluttoned themselves. Deep down, you people know that you've gluttoned yourself to a fucking state. Like, it's your personal choices that have got you all fucked up. You know, it's not your genetics. People are like, well, but my parents are big too. And you watch them gorge themselves just like you gorge yourself. Like, let's not pretend that you never saw your mother fucking hoover fucking food and she's fat. You watched her glutton herself damn near on a daily basis. You just picked up that habit. Your idea of food portion sizes and eating food came from your parents. If your parents were fat and you're fat, they made you fat. They suck. You should fucking fix that shit yourself and not blame them. You know?
Palatable processed foods, eating foods from scratch, walking 8 to 10,000 steps per day, lifting weights 3 to 5 days per week, or some resistance training. It can be body weight, and prioritizing sleep and vitamin D and micronutrients. Like, those are like 5, 6 things that we can all be doing, and this could be a public health campaign, my friend. So
hydration.
I guess it's good that the government is talking about this and finally acknowledging that.
That's awesome. I love it. I will do full Q&A here for a little bit, and then I'm going to go off. Crystal and I got to go do legs at the gym, and then we're going to go grocery shop, and then I think we're going to enjoy some sunny day. With as many people as they scared shitless, imagine the positive impact they could have made this way. We could have changed the world, like the whole world, like, because a strong America, physically strong America, is super. Like, nobody. Like, that's the thing. Like, if everybody in America, imagine this, all of you picture this. If everybody in America, men and women and children, all were physically fit, besides the people that have had acute injury or the very seriously elderly, everybody's very fit. Everybody could stand up and run 3 miles like that. Everybody gets plenty of sleep. Everybody gets plenty of hydration. Everybody is at peak physical condition. Our healthcare burden is reduced by $3 trillion a year. $3 trillion. $3 trillion a year. That is $3 trillion of revenue that the healthcare industry and the pharmaceutical industry does not get. And that tells you why they don't do this, because our public health officials are 100% owned by the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry, like 100% owned. And if people don't believe that, show me evidence that they're not. Show me where they've tried to push things towards eating healthy versus the pharmaceutical. Show me. I'll wait. But imagine America where everybody is armed, everybody's healthy, everybody is ready to go. Imagine. Okay? A country would just have to nuke us at the beginning. Like, we don't even need to worry ourselves about world policy anymore. We can just make sure we do us. We try to help ourselves out. Only stop people if they're actually going to try to destroy the planet with like a nuclear war. Because if we're super strong, we can look out for us. We can watch our own border. We can make sure we're good. We can be super strong and healthy, and we don't need the government. Right? How many people do you think $3 trillion a year in burden? Because even though like people are like, well, people pay for their health care. Yeah, they pay for insurance, which insurance rates go up the sicker the population gets, and our taxes. That's that $3 trillion that we would save. We would, if everybody was healthy, we would unimpoverish our country. We could possibly not have to borrow money anymore, because $3 trillion a year from being healthy. $3 trillion. Just healthcare. That's just healthcare. That does not include the money saved from not gluttoning yourself on massive amounts of fucking food, because being fat is in fact privilege, and eating a ton to have access to and afford to be able to eat fucking the calories a day to be 300, 400, 500 pounds. I mean, the average fucking male is 200 pounds. The average male is eating 500 calories more a day than what they fucking likely need. The average male. The average female, 500 or 600 than they actually need in a fucking day. Yet alone, how fat we've gotten. And those average numbers, by the way, were from 2020. I bet you the average male is 210 pounds now. The average female is 185. The average male and female both have waist to height ratios that put themselves massively, severely morbidly obese. The average, right? If we change that to the average was the average male weighed 160 pounds with a waist to height ratio that put them very healthy. And the average female weighed 130 pounds and their average height was 5'3", and their waist to height ratio put them at very healthy. Imagine if the average was healthy. The average is not healthy. The average is very unhealthy. And therefore, the average spend is huge. We would have saved millions of lives. In the last 3 years, we could have saved $6 trillion because we wouldn't have had to keep printing money. Because if the country was healthy as fuck at the very beginning of 2020, and they said, we have a cold that's very scary for elderly people and people that are not healthy, and the average person was healthy, do you think the response would have been anything close to what it was? Or do you think people have been like, we're good? They needed people to be sickly in order for this to work. And they did a good job. They set this up well. Carbs are awesome. High carb, low fat is the way. You sound stupid as fuck, Runner Pete. Carbs are not even essential. You sound stupid as fuck. Yeah, well, Pete's probably a troll. Either that or just stupid. Just fucking moron. The past 2 months, I've been trying to drink 3 to 4 liters of water a day by only doing that with my closer looser. On days I don't drink water, I eat more food. Freaking genius advice. Thank you very much. By the way, if you weigh more than 120, 130 pounds, you should probably get another liter in. Remember, everyone, the calories are a unit of energy. Carbs are a source of calorie, but they don't provide any extra energy than any other calorie source. They simply create a glycemic response. That's it exactly. That's it. I'm not saying carbs are the enemy, but carbs are not the fucking friend. So what will the fat positive people say now that the government is making it a health emergency? Usually their defense is obesity can be healthy. What they'll do is they'll say it's not their fault and that they're still very marginalized. They have a disease and they're disabled. Likely. They'll bark against it. But here's the thing. The people in charge, the people in charge right now are not the left. The people in charge are not the right. The people in charge are in charge of the left and the right. I hope everybody grabs that. The last 3 years has been a massive, massive elite grab. They're going for it, right? They're trying to enslave the world population. Wake the fuck up. All right. And they're trying to do this by impoverishing and burdening us, driving us fucking crazy, destroying our economies, breaking our will, and getting us to fight amongst each other. They control the media, you know? But they'll freak out and then they'll all take Ozempic behind the scenes and try to lose weight. Because if you don't think that every fat acceptance advocate could, if they would be able to be given a drug that have them lose weight, like that. It wouldn't surprise me if Tess Holliday was injecting her fucking huge ass stomach with Ozempic right now. I wouldn't even be surprised a little bit. Let's see. And another, I told you so. MTS Whey is probably the best way out there. I told you, it's delicious. I mean, it's amazing, you know. And he's the only one lowering prices while other people are raising their prices. He just lowered his price on MTS Whey by like $5, and other people are raising their prices like $20. Like fucking amazing. So, but anyway, guys, we will be doing full Q&A all week. You can grab No Morbidity right here. 30-minute consultation with either Crystal or myself. You can get coaching. We do have some slots available. And No Morbidity is for sale now. I'm hoping we won't go out of stock, but you should get your supply in right fucking now. Because with this happening and obesity becoming a national health emergency, we're going to fucking run with that shit. I'm just letting you know. Because we can help. We can help in a non-pharmaceutical way that makes you not a slave to the pharmaceutical industry. And then when you are ready to come off No Morbidity, you can wean yourself off all by yourself. And if you still need a little bit more, if you haven't worked on your lifestyle habits enough, which is what No Morbidity is meant to help you do, it is meant to help you work on your lifestyle choices and lifestyle habits in a state of diminished hunger and increased stress relief. You can always go back on a partial dose or something like that. I did want to remind everybody that the Arnold Classic sale is going on at Tiger Fitness right now. Use the code capital M, capital F, ING, capital C, capital O if you can. Get yourself some Nutrient Driver, get yourself some Immortal, get yourself some Ember, but watch out for the stimulants. I also love Ritual PM, Ritual AM. I've got Nectar Superfoods. You've got to get yourself some Nectar Superfoods. I actually use this as a different flavor for my water, but also it's an amazing organ support supplement for your heart, kidneys, liver health. Like, stay healthy. And of course, grab yourself some No Morbidity, non-stimulant, non-thermogenic based appetite suppressant. This, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I would put this against Wegovy or Ozempic any day of the week, any year of the millennia, and bet that it would produce better results for way less money in way less time with no side effects. I guarantee. Well, I don't guarantee it because I'm not legally allowed to say guarantee. In my personal opinion, this is much better than the pharmaceuticals. Much. And I've had clients that have been on both. I've had clients that have gone off of Wegovy and started regaining weight rapidly because their hunger just came smashing back to them. And they've gone on this, they've lost weight, and then they've been able to wean themselves off of No Morbidity. And even if you do need to stay on it, like I'm on it all the time, like I take a month off every 6 months, I'm on it all the time, still works just as well, no side effects, perfect. So please do check that out. I hope all of you have a great day. I might do some stuff later, but we'll go from there. God damn.